What a crazy past few days it's been with all of these Galaxy review units malfunctioning, and now Samsung has issued their statement and response, so I wanted to go ahead and update my previous video because Samsung is actually shipping the Galaxy Fold. Hey, what's up everyone, Greg here, and if you're not familiar what's been happening with the Galaxy Fold, well, in the tech space, I think you've been living under a rock, but if you don't know what's going on, let me recap a little bit for you. So 2 days ago, a bunch of reviewers who had review units of the Galaxy Fold basically kind of took to Twitter, all in this 10-minute time frame, to complain that their Galaxy Fold units that they were using for review malfunctioned in some way. Now, all of these devices had durability issues, and durability issues just in one area with the display of the Galaxy Fold. Reviewers like Dieter Bohn from The Verge and Steve Kovach from CNBC basically had defective units. For Dieter Bohn, his unit started to get bumps in the fold area where you would fold the Galaxy Fold, and eventually overnight, as he let the Galaxy Fold sit there with those two imperfections right in the center of the screen, overnight, that display basically became completely non-functional. Then we had Steve Kovach, who also had a defective unit with the display, but for Kovach's unit, it was actually a little bit different, with half of the display going black. Half of the display was just basically flickering on and off of that review unit, which basically made the one side of the Fold basically useless. So not only did those review units have problems, but also review units given to Mark Gurman and most notably MKBHD. Now with their review units, something a little bit different happened to cause the Galaxy Fold to malfunction, and that was basically that there is sort of a screen protector on the Galaxy Fold that you aren't supposed to remove, and apparently these review units didn't come with any sort of warning, and as Marquez and Mark Gurman unboxed their Galaxy Folds and they were setting it up, they thought that the screen protector on the front was meant to be removed. If you've ever purchased a smartphone, you'll notice that they usually ship with a protective screen protector on it to prevent any scratches or damage to the display while they are shipping it out to you. So for the average consumer getting these devices, they might be inclined to take off that screen protector, especially without any warning, because I personally know that I do not like the way that screen protectors feel on my phone. I much prefer the feeling of just having the glass touchscreen. I feel it's a lot smoother experience, and I'm not too particularly worried about getting little tiny scratches on a glass display. And after all of this drama and controversy, Samsung actually issued a statement. Samsung's statement reads as followed: a limited number of Galaxy Fold samples were provided to media for review. We have received a few reports regarding the main display on the samples provided. We will thoroughly inspect these units in person to determine the cause of the matter. Separately, a few reviewers reported having removed the top layer of the display, causing damage to the screen. The main display on the Galaxy Fold features a top protective layer, which is part of the display structure designed to protect the screen from unintended scratches. Removing the protective layer or adding adhesives to the main display may cause damage. We will ensure this information is clearly delivered to our customers. Now, I want you to follow with me and go back and read the last part of that statement. Samsung is claiming that the Galaxy Fold screen protector, or basically just the part of the screen you're not supposed to remove, otherwise it might get damaged, is there to prevent against scratches, and by removing it, you may damage the device? Number one, the protective layer is there to protect against scratches. If this part of the Galaxy Fold is to protect only against scratches, and by removing it you may cause internal damage to the screen, why was it that every reviewer who removed that screen protector basically had a non-functional Galaxy Fold in the next 24 hours? It seems a little disingenuous to me to claim that this screen protector is there to prevent against scratches, and by removing it you may cause damage? No, by removing this screen protector, you will destroy your $2,000 phone. And it makes me wonder why Samsung is skirting around this issue and releasing a statement like this saying that it might cause damage. They should be clear to the customer that in no way should you be removing this protective film over the Galaxy Fold. If you do remove it, like you might be inclined to when you're unboxing your device, you are going to destroy your phone. I would like to say it doesn't get worse from here, but let's go to the Verge's review, which was released today, and they really weren't too kind to the Galaxy Fold. Let's read another statement issued by Samsung. The protective layer is susceptible to blemishes and marks in certain circumstances, but they will not hinder your experience or content you are viewing. And I repeat, you cannot remove this screen protector, otherwise it will destroy your phone, which makes this next statement even more bizarre. So this statement was given to the Wall Street Journal, which also published a review of the Galaxy Fold today, which was kind of a non-review. The reviewer actually refused to review it because it had so many problems. Joanna Stern of the Wall Street Journal said, according to a Samsung spokeswoman, all units that ship on April 26 will include a QuickStart guide with information about the protective layer. As of publishing this, Samsung couldn't confirm if all devices would have a warning directly on the screen. And yes, you didn't mishear that. Samsung can't confirm to the Wall Street Journal if all of the units they are shipping to their customers will have this warning directly on the phone's display. Samsung said it will be in the manual, but let me give you a spoiler alert. Most consumers, including myself, do not go through the manual of any device they purchase. So potentially you could have consumers going in to purchase a Galaxy Fold for $2,000. They bring it home, they unbox it, they're super happy, and they go, what's this plastic layer on top of the Galaxy Fold? And if you think this doesn't look like you're supposed to peel it off, you would be wrong. Here is a photo of that layer on the Galaxy Fold, and you can clearly tell that it is separate from the display. So Samsung can't guarantee that there will be a warning on top of the phone warning people not to remove this protective layer. And let me tell you, if I was getting this phone and I didn't know about this issue, my initial instinct would be to pick at that layer to see if it is removable. Once I find out if it is removable, that's when I would probably decide personally that I would like to remove it. Some customers might decide once they start picking at it that, okay, maybe I want a screen protector and they wouldn't remove it. But let me tell you one more thing, you don't want to pick at it at all. Because Joanna Stern of the Wall Street Journal, who published all this information, basically had the same instincts I did and thought, oh, okay, this must be a screen protector. And she started to pick at it at the corner and then decided to leave it alone. But that wasn't good enough. Her review unit, which was working fine for a while, after she decided to slightly pick at the edge, the screen protector started to come undone slowly all on its own. So her review unit of the Galaxy Fold, even though she didn't completely take off that protective layer, just by picking at it a little bit, it started to unfold off of her Fold. Which basically leads me to my complaint of this $2,000 phone. And I know a lot of you in the comments are really looking forward to foldable phones, and I get it. The technology is very exciting, and I personally still want to play with one, but I don't see how Samsung can ship this out in good conscience, maybe knowing that an everyday average consumer might eventually pick up this phone and then start to peel off that top protective layer, and maybe they won't even do it in the initial 14 days or 30 days or whatever the warranty covers for the Galaxy Fold. And after 30 days, maybe they're using this phone, maybe they don't even pick at that top layer, but something causes it to start coming undone. And all of a sudden, their $2,000 phone of the future turns into a completely useless brick, all because Samsung decided to make a phone with a peelable screen. Think about that for a second. Samsung is releasing a phone where the main design flaw is that you can peel off a part of the screen. And the more and more I think about it, the more I realize that this phone isn't a product for consumers. This phone is more like a beta product. It's more like a product that you would give to your engineers to walk around with and discover flaws, but Samsung isn't doing that. Samsung is rushing this thing to market to get ahead of competitors like Huawei, and by releasing this phone so early, they are basically taking the consumer and making you the beta tester. Normally, when you're a beta tester, you're testing software or maybe you're testing hardware, but whenever you're doing a beta test or you're testing a device for a company, that usually doesn't include a $2,000 payment to get the privilege to use this device. But again, I have to question Samsung's logic and reasoning here of why they would kind of release this product to the masses, why they would present it on stage as a fully functioning Generation 1 product. And I keep hearing that argument that, oh, of course this is going to have flaws, this is a Generation 1 product, but that would be saying like the first iPhone, which was a Generation 1 product and did have many problems, would basically be a unit that could just stop working because you peeled the screen off of it. And to me, the main complaints aren't that the Galaxy Fold is a Generation 1 product. The Galaxy Fold isn't even a Generation 1 product at this point. It is a 0.5 product. It is a beta tester's product. And I really just wanted to make this video. If the average consumer out there who has $2,000 and was really looking forward to being on the bleeding edge of technology, I would really warn you that maybe you sit this out for a little bit. Maybe you wait for other reviewers to get their hands on it and give their initial impressions that last longer than a couple of weeks. I would hope that many of the Galaxy Fold reviewers are going to update reviews as the coming months come, so maybe they'll do a 1 month or 2 month later, and as we see more reviews and more people getting their hands on the Galaxy Fold, and then if it turns out that all these issues I'm talking about turn out to be non-issues, then that's when you can decide if you want to purchase this $2,000 product. But enough about what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Are you frustrated with the Galaxy Fold? Are you upset that Samsung decided to release this product basically as a mass beta test for the average consumer? Anyway, let me know in the comments below, and please be respectful. I know this is a very divided topic. I realize that. I know a lot of people are excited for this phone. All right, everyone, if you liked the video, make sure you give me a like. If you want to see more from my channel, including a review of that Galaxy Fold, Samsung did charge my credit card, so it looks like I will be getting it. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.